Good morning, Ushaben. Good morning, Chunibhai. We're very, very grateful to meet you today and to learn of your experiences in the ashram in the early years.
Yeah.
So I think the first question we always ask is, when did you first come?
So shall I tell first?
Yes.
Okay. My first visit was in 1955. Then I realized that this was my place. I felt. Then I went to go again back. Then I went to Zambia, and I decided that I will join ashram, but I took insurance so that money I can offer to the mother. So worked with my uncle. My uncle is there. Then I told in 1960, it was the anniversary of the supramental manifestation. So I told him I would like to go. Then he says, okay, go. Then I came here in 60. Then in February I came with my mother and friend. But again, I had to go back. But on 29, I wasn't here. So then I went to Zambia and came back in 60. Then since then I am here, 1960. Mother took me on May 1st, 1960, sorry.
May 1st, 1960.
60, yeah. Then I worked in soda factory for some time. Then I worked in bookstall. Then I worked in timber go down for some time. Then I was given work in Castellini because that was a boarding and it was nobody was staying there, so we turned it into a guest house. So since 61 up to 75, I'm not quite sure. 75, I looked after the guest house. And between 1964 and onwards, we were all together. We were in a group and worked in a group. So she will tell all that detail.
When did you first come, Ushaben?
55.
55. And tell us how you met Mother first time.
I had heard in Bombay about the mother through Kirit Joshi. And then I wanted to come here, but it was difficult to convince the parents. Then everything was getting decided. I was studying my senior MA. Everything was getting decided for my marriage and everything. Then I told my parents that at least let me go once to the ashram, because afterwards I may not be allowed to go. Then I came, and then onwards I stayed down. I never went out of the ashram.
When did you first see Mother?
25th of October I came and asked the mother for the permission on 28th. And 1st of November she saw me. And that very day, within half an hour, she said, I can stay here and I won't have any difficulty. I never understood the word, I won't have any difficulty, for 25 years.
Which was the year that was?
I came here in 55 and stayed down in 55 only. And then when she saw me, afterwards she called Mother Pandit, and Mother Pandit said that you will be given answer within 3-4 days. Then I was moving there near Bulada Zoo only. Mother called Mother Pandit and said, you brought Usha, no? You tell her she can stay down, she won't have any difficulty. Then I asked Mother Pandit, what difficulty one can have here? Then he said, you will understand by the by. So I took 25 years to understand what difficulty can be in the ashram. When I saw people wanted to marry, wanted to go away, was dissatisfied with the ashram life and all these things, then I understood what is the meaning of that. She won't have any difficulty.
So Ushaben, please tell us first, and then I'll ask Chunibhai also, what was the first work you did in the ashram?
See, I was throughout in our family, there is a tradition of electrical goods and electric work. And so when I came here, mother told, and she called Bulada and she said that Usha will work with you. And so many other people were telling that since she is educated, she can be put in the school. Mother said, no, she is not meant for school. And she gave me the work in the electric department under Bulaga.
Nice. And what did you do?
I was given the work because since many months there was no storekeeper. So I was doing the work of storekeeping, and the department also was little in a mess because there was no girl in my department. I was the only first girl to enter in the electric department.
After the electric department, what was your next work?
My next work, whole day I used to be busy. Then evening, etc., going for the march past, seeing mother daily in the march past, and then exercises, then attending the ashram classes, everything, all that I did it. Then in 1962, Castellini, Chunibhai was looking, and mother wanted to start kitchen there. So then kitchen is not Chunibhai's business, so we started helping Chunibhai in kitchen. And then on the 25th of December, we opened Castellini kitchen. And we sent the first tiffin to the mother.
Oh,
He also was there. Narad also stayed there.
Stayed there, but that was 21st of December is our anniversary of the kitchen starting.
you said, Chunibhai, that you worked as a group for many years.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Amju.
I didn't get
After
it.
Castellini, what was your next work?
With in Castellini
That
only.
was only work.
Only Castellini?
Only Castellini. Guest house, looking after the
I
guest house.
see. And you said you worked as a group?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in 64, I think.
No, because 62, no, the kitchen started, no? So we were working together. Because Chunibhai alone could not manage.
Mhm.
And we had some workers, but Chunibhai, it was difficult. And sometimes, then we asked the permission of the mother and we kept a cook. But that cook was a very crook. So we had to leave him. Just because we knew it, that February Darshan is coming and these people will not be able to do anything. So he was sitting almost on the head of Chunibhai. And we had to throw him out just before the Darshan. And we had to take up ourselves. Then in the meantime, Mother's grace worked out and we got a very good servant. She took up the whole thing. So
Our
when
whole
kitchen
family.
started, no, then our group started very
Whole
much.
family, Ganesh, his wife,
Ah,
then another lady also, and another gentleman also. He, Remo, he stole your dollars, I think.
Money.
Remo.
You remember?
Yes, yes.
But he returns it.
Vijaybai told me a very interesting story
Mm.
a few days ago when we were in Oro University in Surat.
Mm.
He knew Reg very well. And he said one day Reg called him into his kitchen and he said, I wrote a letter to Mother because there was so much disharmony in the kitchen, and I asked Mother what to do. And Mother wrote me back, and he had it on the wall there. Mother said, if there is disharmony in the kitchen, the food will be indigestible. So you must have had a lot of harmony
Yeah.
at Castellini.
Then we started, we were in the group. So we started, one person will go and prepare one thing, another will another. Like that we continued.
What items you used to prepare?
We used to prepare chapati, vegetable,
All.
dal,
Yeah.
rice and curd and pickle. We used to supply pickle. I used to make pickle in Castellini itself. Everything I used to prepare in Castellini only.
Mother used to eat chapati?
No, she ate the first day meals and she was asking Vasudha-ben and Dr. Sanyal, how is it? They said everything is very fine. So mother said, now go ahead with the kitchen.
So what items used to make for the mother?
For the mother, first day, whatever all the good things were
Once, I
made,
think.
once only we sent
Only
it.
once, maybe.
Ah,
That
the
was
first- the
halwa
first
and
meal,
everything.
the
First day,
meal.
first meal.
First day, yes.
First day, full tiffin.
I would like
It's almond paste and something
Oh.
like
Like
that.
that we used to send for the mother.
But then Chunibhai said that better drop this because it will be not that as the hygienic as we can they do in the
Mother's kitchen.
So he said it's all right. We'll do it.
We came together in a group when we started doing embroidery for the mother. So that was the time we had a group. So one was Prembhai, who used to do painting, and myself, Ushaben, Chunibhai, and Bharati. We all used to do embroidery. So that we started in 62 and we continued till 72.
So what process which
73, no, 73.
for the mother embroidery?
No, we used to do gowns for the mother.
Gown.
Gowns for the mother.
Gown, we used to make coat, we used to go with this stool cover, coat, and chunni also we
Yes,
used to do.
chunni also, everything.
Then in 73, say when?
73.
You made
After
whole
70.
canopy.
What happened then, Champaklal said that you people are doing so much, you can do something for canopy, Mother's Srebindo's canopy. So we decided that because it is Mother's centenary coming, we will do peacocks on the canopy. And we asked Prembhai to do full-size peacocks on the canopy. And he did all painting, and over it all the things we did it embroidery. This is the only canopy we have got in the ashram who has got painting and embroidery and full embroidery.
So it is being still used?
Yes, it is used. It is very much used. And
Even the canopy, somebody said that Udar said he is going to make a cover. Then mother said that even if you do for once it is all right, never mind, let it be. And then he started making
Udar said that you need not make because we are going to cover it. So I said best way is to ask the mother. So I sent the letter and I said, Mother, we have come to know that they are going to do some sort of a roofing on it, so our canopy will not be used. What do you suggest? We are already doing. And mother said, do it. It will be used even if it is used for a day.
Then we did that also. No?
So how many canopies you have made?
More than 15 to 20 canopies we must have made. And because Prembhai was a great artist, no? And we had nothing to say. We had to just say, Prembhai, we have to make canopy, and then just give a little idea what to do, and he will do it.
So you made peacock, then what are other things?
Prembhai did so many peacocks on other canopy also. Then he did it, supramental sun, manifestation, everything. And he did it, lastly was that when mother came in 60, he did it, mother's terrace. There he did it all lions. And first he did it with the inside. Then mother said that, they said outside he did it. So mother said that I can't see what is there outside. So Vasudevan said, now you do it inside. So next darshan came, we did it everything inside. And mother used to be so happy when we took all the canopy and everything. She gave more than half an hour to see the things. And on everything she was putting her hand and saying, beautiful, beautiful. And when we say that we will go down and fold it, she said, no, fold in front of me only. It's okay. So that was our unique opportunity to be with the mother.
How much time you used to take to prepare one canopy?
Everything we used to make, because in a group we used to do it, no? Prembhai's work was to do the painting and give it us. Because he used to have given the colors, no? So according to that we have to do the colors in embroidery. So this canopy of all peacocks, we took fully 1 year.
1 year.
1 year.
You mentioned Bharati.
She worked with us because she was staying next door to me. And she was very good in embroidery.
So Prembhai taught you painting?
Prembhai was doing painting.
To do it.
Our work was to do embroidery. Prembhai's work to do the painting.
I see.
And all the gowns that we did it, all was painted by Prembhai. And that embroidery was our work.
And every time she used to ask, these people have not sent anything, done anything.
Because it used to be then
Used
that
to give
July
almost
was my
25.
birthday, June was Chunibhai's birthday, July my birthday, August is the darshan. So 3 gowns you cannot make at a time. So we used to either do it on our birthday or we will do it on darshan day. She would see whether we have done any embroidery or not.
Chunibhai, tell us about your meetings with mother.
First time I came, I felt that this is my house. So it was not difficult to stay at that time. So I went back and came in 1960 and then I stayed down.
But what was your experience when you saw mother First
This is
time.
my mother, this is my house, this is my mother. I am mother's child. Right from the beginning I felt.
Ushaben.
I saw the mother for the first time in the playground. And I had heard that mother is very beautiful looking. But in Bombay, my chosen deity was Hanuman. So when first I saw the mother, I used to see the Hanuman in the mother. Then I said, how come that? Then I came across some writing of the mother that in the beginning I will take the form what is your chosen deity.
Yeah.
And next day onwards, that thing went away. Only once I saw that. And when I saw mother, it was one of the puja days when I saw the mother. And as soon as I looked at her, no, I felt that this is the one whom I was searching in my life. And that made me stay down.
How your family were drawn to the mother and Ushaben?
Family was drawn afterwards, not before. My mother knew that I am turning on this side, but other people didn't know that. And one thing was very amusing, that Champaklal used to take us to visit Shabindu's room. And everybody, all my friends got down and I was remaining there. My first experience was in Shabindu's room, that as soon as I entered, on the threshold, I see the Lord sitting in his chair. And that was my prayer, that I have heard that even those who are very sinners, they have a place at your feet. I have left the world, I have left my parents, I have left everything, I have come at your feet. Please do not send me back to that world. When I came out of the room, and Champaklal was standing, and on the staircase, he asked me the question, where are you coming from? And I said, I'm coming from Bombay, and I'm studying for my senior MA. Then he said that, are you going back? Then I said, yes. He just nodded his head and he said, I don't think that you will go back. This was the first time Champaklal only told me. I don't think you will go back. Because as soon as I was then in Shabindu's room, tears started coming in my eyes. And Champaklal said, Usha, here people are not supposed to weep. And I said, this is not my tears of sorrow, this is my tears of joy. Because I had felt it, no? I was telling him that you do not send me back. So I could feel that he is sitting there and I am telling him the prayer. So that was my joy and I had tears in my eyes. After that, 15 years, 20 years after, once I met Champaklal at the same place. I was cleaning the staircase, he came. He said, do you remember what I had told you once? I said, yes, 20 years have already passed. You were the first one to tell me you will not go back. He said, did you go back? I said, no. With mother's grace, and I showed him with you people's goodwill and love. He said, no, not us. Mother and Shabindu's grace that you did not. You never went back? I said, no, with her grace I have never gone back. Just he smiled. He was the first person to tell me this.
You have seen mother in the playground, sports ground.
First time only I saw in the playground. Because she was taking the competition.
When did you see Mother the first time? Did you have an interview with her?
No, and it's only blessing she used to give. And after some stay, I used to make blessing packet. And then Ushaben's birthday was there, so I told her to take this. Then she told mother that this is from Chunibhai. I know him. Mother said, I know him.
I'm not supposed to introduce him. He knows.
First time I went to the mother, Ushaben made one stool cover.
No, pillow cover. Pillow cover for the mother.
Stool cover.
Okay, anything.
Pillow cover. Then mother asked, you have done? I said, no. Then I came down and told Ushaben, I will never take anything if I am not. Then I started doing embroidery.
And he was doing the best embroidery.
My back stitches are very straight and very good.
Do you have any samples of the embroidery?
Not with us, it was upstairs.
Everything with Kobe.
Then every month we used to make hankies, pulling thread and put some other thread and roll it or back stitch it. And every month we used to send. Then some offering also we used to send. Then what was happening was at that time there was a tremendous difficulty in the ashram.
Money matters, especially
if
money.
we have to send the offering tomorrow, Mother would ask them to bring today only offering. It was not very meager amount, but then so she said, no, let them bring tomorrow, today only.
What happened, that Amritada passed away, and next day was the first. So I thought that since Amritada has passed away, Mother must not be in a very messy. So I did not send the offering that day. I said I will send next day. Then Vasudha came, Mother asked Vasudavan, has Usha and these people have not sent offering? Then Vasudavan said no. So she sent me the message, come and meet me. Then when I went, she said that you did not give offering this time, every first you will give. Then I said that Vasudavan, because Amritada had passed away, I felt like that. So she said that nothing of that sort is said. You should have sent it. You sent it in the afternoon. Because it was occultly working. We didn't understand it. It was something occult. So she said, in afternoon only I have to send it.
Then
And once what Chunibhai made the hankies, and he was not to go to Mother. Myself and Ushaben went. So as soon as I opened it, he said, you give it to Mother on my behalf. As soon as I opened and I just said, Mother Chunilal, I know him.
another thing, I got my insurance money, my uncle sent me money. It was about 27,000 or something like that. Then I went with Amritada to the bank and got the money. He said, when you want to take it, you take it from me. So then in the meantime he said that Chunilal, Mother has difficulty in giving you medicine. If you fall sick, you will need money. I said, nothing doing. Whatever Mother wants me, if there is no money, I will not say that Mother doesn't want me. Mother will make me all right without any aid. So we asked Akka, what shall we do? So she went to Mother and said, when shall I bring the offering? He said, come now only. So at about 3 o'clock I took him. We didn't have any purse or anything like that.
Nothing we had.
So
It was all cash money. We had to just put in one of the cover and then send it to the Mother. This experience with the Mother was very nice with Chunibhai.
I tell you, then Mother held my hand and she didn't want to leave it. She kept it tight, so tight. Then she feel over my head, filling with the air. I fold up to full brim up to here. And that vibration remained for 4 or 5 days.
5 days, there was just such a glow and of joy and happiness on his face.
She said, you are mine, just holding my hand like that. Really, it was a very wonderful experience.
You did sports?
Huh?
Sports?
Sports and
I do this math drill and all that, 2nd December, twice that, but guest house I have to look, no?
So 7 o'clock,
So
no,
I
that was
could
his
not
time
get
that he
You
has
have
to
done
be.
sports?
I do regular exercises.
I see. So competitions you took part?
No, I never took part in competition. Because all the time, it will be extra work. And I used to look after Castellini also, look after here also, it was not possible. And Chandubhai and these people used to say, you have not done anything in your young age, so you don't do all these things now. You become happy with the exercises only, because that is a keep fitting. So that till now I am doing that.
You still continue to do your exercise?
Yeah, exercises daily.
What was tell us some of your experiences, your feelings when you came before Mother.
Actually, in Bombay also I used to feel many times that marriage is not meant for me. But due to the circumstances of the house, somebody had come, one doctor, and I said, okay, I will get married. Then I met the person only once in my life, and after that I have never seen him. Then I came here and stayed down. But I had no connection with anybody. I was absolutely free in that respect. And that was the time that Mother used to take photograph of us, all of us. She had an album, and she used to take the photograph and get it in the album. Then when my photograph was taken, Mother just saw it, and it was myself and Mohini, we stayed down together. And when Mohini's photograph was taken, mother said, ask Kirit to write down Kirit's fiancé. Because Chunibhai was supposed to marry long before. He had a thought that they will marry, but afterwards Chunibhai turned completely on this side. So Mohini also came and stayed down here. So that is we came together like that. And Chunibhai came and joined us afterwards because he was IAS officer in Surat. And mother said, let you finish everything and then come. Then he joined us. So we were always together like that. Then the question of our staying, that was the time that mother used to say that 100 rupees per month you have to give till you become an ashramite.
For how long you have to pay?
One year you have to give. Now for me it was a question that I had come out from the house and the house was not that rich that I can say 100 rupees you send. So it was a dilemma for me. So Buddha, because he being a head, no, he just understood it. So he just called me and said, what's matter with you? And I said, nothing. Then I said, I had tears in my eyes. I said, I have heard like that we have to give 100 rupees, otherwise you have to go back. I had already returned to my parents, I will never come back in my life. And now again to go back was a big question. Then he said, who told you like this? I said, some of the ashramite told me. So he talked to Pradutta. And Pradutta used to have interview with the mother thrice in a week. So when I was doing staircase, he came and said, what's your surname? So I said, Damania. Then he went to the mother and he said, mother, this is the thing. Mother said, I could see, because today when she came to the balcony, she was not in mood.
Tell about staircase.
So when people used to ask, that you don't remember your parents and things, I just said it is impossible for me to explain to you that she had taken me so much to her heart that anything that happens to me, she would come to know, stress everything. Even if a little talk that we have, that also she will prove me that I know. And what happened, that those were the days we used to make something for the mother, some sweet. And I had nothing, so I took some bowl from Prabhuda's place. And next day when after 2-3 days, the bowl did not come to me. So we were talking with my friends, hey mother, we have given you the sweets but not the bowl. If you will not return the bowl, what will I answer to that lady? When I went to the playground, Amyuda was giving prasad in mother's hand, she will give. She just stopped him. And she asked Amyuda, did you return her bowl? So, how to explain to people, okay, this was the intimacy and this was the thing that she used to do for us, so where is the question? The day that I am not in mood, she will tell Pradutta that yes, she came to the balcony and she was not in mood.
So she could read everyone.
Everyone, everything she would come to know. Once I had a stiff neck, so it remains generally for 3 days. I did not go to anybody, went to Nipenda and had that Bellarola plaster. We used to cover my neck with the sari, so nobody would come to know. Third day came, I was there in my room, I had tears rolling from my eyes, it was so much paining. Then I just said, Mother, you are the only one who is with me, and now this is so much paining, what can I do now? If you will not help, who else will help? That I reached to the mother. So next day, when Pradutta went to the mother, first question she asked, Pradutta, how is Usha? I used to go to daily to him for dictation because I was a typist. Those 3 days he had no dictation, so I did not go also. So he said, Mother, I don't know. He said, it's okay. But that very moment, the pain started receding. So he came from upstairs and he just asked Pradutta, said, Usha, I want to see her. As soon as I went, he said, what's wrong with you? I said, nothing. He said, don't say no. I know something is wrong. Then he said, you made my position so awkward. Mother asked me, how is Usha? And I do not know. What's the matter with you? I said, Daddy, I had a little pain in the neck. Then somebody was sitting by said, did you inform the mother? So I said, no, I did not inform. Did you tell Vasudhavan? I said, no, I did not tell anybody. Then he smiled and said, don't ask questions to her. I know what she has done. Then he said, why did you not inform? I said, I informed the one for whom it was necessary to be informed. So when with these experiences, You don't miss anybody. I said, in my life I have never missed any of my relatives or parents, or never. And these elders were very much for that. They are very responsible for that. Bulad and these people. Because whenever any problem will come, first only within 1 week only he said 3 things if you keep in the ashram, you will have never no problem. First of all, be happy with whatever mother gives. Don't demand. Somebody will be given a big bungalow and you will be given one small room. Don't compare yourself with anybody. And second thing, be satisfied with dining room food. Third thing, he said, never go out of Pondicherry.
So you never gone out?
Never, never. And I will tell you, all these elders, somebody, people will ask me, do you remember any of your relatives or something? I said, if mother and siblings, after that, if I remember anybody, I remember Bulada, Pradyuda, the Nirodha, all these elders. Because they had kept us just like that, So much they were protecting and so much they were guiding us in everything.
Then you tell her his mantra, or Bulada's mantra.
And Bulada used to have it like that. Whatever he is doing, he will tell me to do it. Whatever he is doing. When we were asking him not to go, not to come to the department, but not to do any work. So he used to sit on a table, and there he used to all the time recite. He used to tell me, Usha, in our life there is nobody but the mother. And that he will tell in Bengali so beautifully that he used to say, Jano bhai Usha, amader jivone maa chhada kehu nei. With that he had tears
in his eyes.
So even when I am sitting on the table, I remember those echoes in my ear. So many, day after day he was repeating this.
Then you tell about staircase.
And then once mother said, Viman, I am not coming from that staircase, because she used to go from tennis court from that wooden staircase next to Nirodha's room. She said, I am not coming, but I hope you keep my staircase all right. Then Viman Bhai said, yes mother, Usha and Chunibhai are doing. So he called me and said, Usha, remember that this you people's is commitment to the mother. Till your last breath, you are supposed to do that. Because I have given your name to the mother.
How long did you take care of the staircase?
Still taking.
Still taking?
Still we are doing.
I see.
Then sometimes what happened, we were only 2. So to do Pavitrada staircase and then meditation hall staircase, we have to do up to 3 o'clock sometimes. Only 2, cleaning, polishing, everything.
We won't get any helpers also. Sometimes it used to happen. So I used to tell mother, if you don't send any helper, then you too have to come. You have to sit with us and do the polishing. So she will send somebody or other.
Up to 2:30, 3 o'clock we used to do.
And still today?
Yeah.
Yes, still today.
No,
These are the younger ones. Mother is getting the group ready for the younger ones.
So you believe that even without going to doctor, anyone just calling mother, she will know
No,
it?
that's what I tell you. One more thing.
Yeah.
That once I was pulled down in the health. So Nipenda said that you have to something extra, as Nipenda used to be. This dining room food is not sufficient and these things. And that time because I was working with Bulada and Pradyuda, so Pradyuda had a house and they used to cook and all that. So he said that, why didn't you take food in Pradyuda's place? I did not answer him. He said, no, you start taking something. And best way to write to the mother. So I wrote to the mother, since last 5-7 years I am taking food in the dining room. I was going on very well, but suddenly something has come down. I don't know, and the doctor is advising, but I said that I don't want to be dependent on anybody but on you. So in these circumstances, what am I supposed to do? Will you please guide me? Then she wrote on the same letter, why did you go to the doctor?
Oh.
Then she wrote down below, it is not the food that matters, it is the attitude that matters. Correct your attitude and your health will be all right. My blessings. All with red pen.
Yes.
So that, when first time I got this operation and all that, I was never going to the Lipta. So they said, any previous record? I said, there is no previous record because I never went to the doctor. And whenever I used to get severe headache, mother said, sit near the samadhi, it will make it all right.
I tell you lastly that we feel mother's presence constantly, and she is doing everything for us. Even what next step is there, she prepares the steps. So that much confidence we have got in the mother and faith. So then it works very well. We are always happy in all circumstances.
And she arranges people around also, so nice, so helpful. And we feel like this, that these elders have given so much, mother has given no question. These elders have been given so much, now it is our time, we have to give these younger ones.
Yes,
So when there was some question arose in some meeting, I said, I don't blame the youngers, I blame the elders. Because we are not an example, so how can you be? You expect them to do it, but you yourself is not in yourself. So I said it, to be an example with the younger generation, you have to be there all the time. And you will be so alert, you are not to teach anything, you are not to tell them anything. They will follow automatically.
But mother says, somewhere, if you want to change the world,
Change yourself first.
Want to go in the other room? I wanted to go back
Yes.
in time a little bit. How old were you both when you came?
I was 25 when I came.
27.
27.
27.
And your parents accepted that you be here? Your parents had no problem with you being here?
I was the only son of my parent, so I wrote to mother that, Mother, I am only one son of my parent, so they have attachment with me. When mother said, in that case you can go back and come and go. Then I said, Mother, no, it is just to inform you. Just to inform you, Mother. He said, then you can say, it's all right.
Ushaben?
I had no problem because my mother knew that I am bending on this side. But when suddenly I stayed down, then my brother-in-law fell very sick and he was hospitalized. And our house those days, I am talking about 55, so there was money problem, every problem was there. So they, from my parents' side, they sent a telegram to the mother, a telegram to me, and telegram to the mother, that congratulations for the decision, but at present your need is in Bombay, so come. So mother said this is the first time in the history of the ashram that parents have ever congratulated for the child to stay down for sadhana. So she used to be very happy with my parents. She said, I have never heard, this is the first telegram I am getting like this.
Did any of your parents ever see Sri Aurobindo?
No, nobody.
No, nobody.
My mother came, she saw the mother. She met the mother.
Now I heard you were a good swimmer.
You were a good swimmer. Swimming करते चल रहे. Yes, but because of his years, they had to stop.
I used to swim every day almost, every day for us to go.
What was the climate like in Pondicherry in those early days? I know the population was much less, but tell us a little bit about the feeling of Pondicherry in those days. Cars, motorcycles?
Very few. Everything very few. And seaside absolutely empty. Only 2-3 American bars used to be there. Otherwise nothing. At 10 o'clock also, 8 o'clock also, 9 o'clock you go. Everything is nobody, not one person. So what happened once, I used to like Parkashargo very much. I was not willing to come out from Parkashargo. Then because mother used to go to the ashram, there we will tell her Bannu and all that. Then I will go alone in Parkashargo walking. And on the way 3-4 American bars used to come. So Pradyuta used to get worried. So he used to come and leave me with Gargi and Kanta. Sometimes he was not well. So he would be all the time feeling whether I have reached or not. I never had any problem because I liked Prakashapa very much, and there was not only such a big Prakashapa, 4 people. So I used to enjoy Prakashapa very much. Then one day he was feeling constantly worried. So one day he went and told Mother that, Mother, I feel that Usha should be brought on this side. So Mother said, yes, I am also getting worried. That she is going alone, because I used to tell her Bondu, So she saw that I am going alone in Pakashapa at that time. So Mother said, I also want her to come back on this side. But he did not tell me that. Next day he took me on the car and showed me one house from outside only. I said, what for you are showing me the house? You just tell me that I have to move on, I have to move on, no problem. Then he became very angry with me. He said, you have no idea, stupid girl. Mother is getting worried. I said, you should have said only one word, Mother wants you to stay. I would not have uttered one another word for that. So then I came to know, Prabhupada said that Mother said that, yes, I see her going at night. I am also a little worried. If she comes on this side, it is good. Then I came back to this side. Because and I felt so much. That's how much she takes care, little, when so many, we were 1200, those days also we were 1200 people. She would come to know everything about you people. And even till today, anything happens, I would say, Mother, you have to make me alright, otherwise, if I'm not well or anything, I have to do March past for the darshan. I said, by evening I must become alright. It was such a surprise. I would absolutely do March past, everything as usual. No problem will come. So I know where to tap. So I'm doing that.
When we had to do staircase, he was there very so much tired and feel so much pain and all that. Mother, Lord, you come with us. You have to wear the work. Help us in that. Next day, everything fine.
And it was one incident she had told in agenda that whenever you feel, suppose some work is to be done and the body does not want to work, you just explain to your body that today is the day, you cannot say that I don't want to work, you have to work. So you get up and work. But afterwards, when the body helps you so much at night, don't forget to thank the body that you have helped me so much. That I had read in agenda and it appealed to me very much. So one day in the morning, next day I had to do the staircase. Previous night, the legs were so much paining, it would not come down. It was so much painful. I said, nothing doing. Tomorrow morning you have to do the staircase. In Mother's staircase you have to do it. You become all right. You people will not speak one word that I am not all right. And with my utter surprise I saw, not even one moment somebody said that I don't want to work. Then I remembered Mother said, don't forget to thank. So I told my body, good, thank you very much for helping me. So this is the way in which Mother has, and she should train us like that,